Hello everyone, my name is Kay. I'm in high school and I love my school very much. Actually, I love everything and everyone. I feel like everyone around me is so cute and nice and fun. I truly think that there are no bad people in the world. All are good, but sometimes they just lose it and do stupid things. All my friends are the best and the boys in our class are very strong and brave. I do actually believe that the world around me is all fun and pink bubbles. I myself am so easygoing and cute. I love princess dresses, pink bows, sequined bags. In short, my life is all cuteness and pink roses. But this story is not at all beautiful. It was the most ordinary day at school. Everything was as usual. I attended my first few classes and then went to lunch. Honestly, I don't know what I had. Maybe our cook was not okay that day and messed up something, but after lunch, I had a terrible stomach pain. I felt so bad. I twisted, my stomach was making weird sounds, and then it became really bad. I really needed to use the bathroom, so I ran there quickly. There was a line in the women's bathroom, and us princesses, we can't do it in front of everyone. I was so desperate to go. I was so desperate to use the toilet and saw that the men's bathroom was actually empty. I ran in there straight to the last stall. A couple of minutes later, someone came in and started asking who was there. I picked up the hem of my dress and hid. The guy started knocking on the doors and kicked the door behind which I was hiding, and then something clicked. He started kicking all doors and then kicked something with all his might. Judging by the sound, it was a bucket. He swore loudly and left. This was really scary. This guy must have been having a really bad day. Well, that happens too. The room became completely quiet. I decided it was time to go out. But the door did not open. It was not very pleasant, to be honest with you. I started to pull the door, but it was useless. I tried to push it, but nothing worked. It was very bad. I wanted to call a friend, but realized that I had left my backpack with my phone in the dining hall. Honestly, it was an extremely annoying incident, but I decided not to panic. After all, this is a bathroom, and someone will definitely come here and rescue me. I sat down and began to imagine that I was an unhappy princess who was kidnapped by the villain and was hiding in the dungeon of the castle. And now a good, handsome prince must come and rescue me from this damp and cold place. The toilet door opened and I heard footsteps. At first, I wanted to call for help, but then I imagined that tomorrow everyone would be discussing how I, Kay the Beautiful, yes, this was my title, I am a princess, was sitting in the men's toilet. This was not princess-like. If this was known, then everyone would laugh at me, and this was not good. It was best to wait for the cleaning guy because he did not care. He does cleanups during the class time, so no one will definitely notice that I was leaving the men's bathroom. Meanwhile, while I was thinking, some smoke appeared in the room. Oh god, we are burning, was my first thought. But no, it was a familiar type of smoke. It was cigarette smoke. Does someone smoke at school? But it's forbidden. I carefully looked into the crack and oh god, it was our physics teacher. Can you imagine? He smoked in the toilet, broke the rules, and he was a teacher. Disgusting. He left, but I still could not come down from that. The door opened again. I listened carefully. What if it was the janitor? Oh god, Sherry is so annoying. She's yelling at me for no reason again, said one voice. And what does she want? The second asked. She wants to date me, but why would I date her? There's so many chicks around, why stop at one? The guy replied, and they both laughed. I looked through the crack again. Wow, that was Bob, and he is the most popular player on the soccer team. The guys left, but I was left alone and began to think. It turns out that everyone has so many secrets. For example, Sherry, she doesn't let anyone near her. She's like a saint. I thought that she did not like guys at all. She rejects every guy. But as it turns out, she was running around Bob all this time. That was shocking. The door opened again, and I listened again. How was your date with Katie yesterday? Awful. Everyone says that she's so exciting, but she's actually a boring nerd. And she was so cold to me, did not even allow me to touch her hand. The guys left. I was surprised. Katie behaves like she got all the guys at school running after her, and whoever has not yet fallen in love with her will ultimately do so, just from her glance. But actually, she's not like that. Wow. So why make up such a reputation for yourself? It turns out that most people are not at all how they seem. It's so awful. I thought everyone was as they are, but there are so many secrets around. The cleaner did not come, but I was freezing. People came in and out all the time, but I was ashamed to come out, and the longer I sat, the more ashamed I felt. The door opened again. Who does that nerd think he is? We need to talk to him after school and explain that he needs to help his classmates with homework. Oh, come on, he's afraid of everyone, especially of you, after you bathed his head in the toilet. That means he's not afraid enough. We must remind him who is in charge of his life. I looked through the crack again. I did not know these guys, but they were very big and strong. But I knew Tom well. He was the best student in school and, in my opinion, not a nerd at all. He was a great guy. The guys left. I needed to do something. I must get out. I have to help him. With this in mind, I began to try and open the door again, but I couldn't. I felt so upset that I burst into tears. I just sat down, dropped my arms, and began to sob. Time passed, and the school day would end soon, and I was still sitting in the bathroom, and Tom would soon be beaten up. I realized that I simply had to warn him, and began to kick the door with all my might. I was so carried away that I did not hear that someone came in. Once again, I kicked the door and it opened, and I fell onto the bathroom floor, right under the feet of a large group of boys. There was a pause, and then one of them said, "Look, isn't this our princess? She's the toilet princess now." Everyone started laughing, but I did not care. I made my way to the exit. Behind me, I could still hear laughter, and everyone repeated, "Yeah, you're right, she's the toilet princess." I knew that by then he had left school and rushed to look for him, but I found him quickly. They were behind the school building. He stood with his back to the wall, and they surrounded him and were yelling. It was clear that they were going to beat him now. I ran to them as fast as I could. The main thing was to make it there, and it did not matter that princesses don't run around in dresses in public. I went up to Tom, took his hand, and said, "Have you discussed everything with this gentleman? Can we go home?" The big guy was just speechless, and then the guy from the bathroom came out from around the corner. He quickly assessed the situation and said, "Oh, Michael, did you bathe this nerd in the toilet? Look, he's got a toilet girlfriend. This is fantastic. What a smelly couple. Leave them or you will be stinky as well." They all started laughing together. Tom could not understand anything. I did not care anymore. I just pulled Tom with me and then we went home. Well, what do you think? Did it all end there or was there a continuation? And you guessed it right. There was a sequel. The next day, a photo of me lying on the boys' bathroom floor was sent to all group chats. I looked so red and shocked. Everyone began to call me the toilet princess. Well, how do you think Tom reacted to this? Do you think he supported me and now we are together because I saved him from those guys? Well, it wasn't like that. He insulted me in front of everyone and said that he despised people like me and he was disgusted that we were seen together. Do you know what happened next? Michael hit him in front of everyone at school. He said he was stupid and was not even worthy to stand next to me. And then he invited me to a date. I did not immediately agree, but then we were sent to correctional work for violating school rules together. We spent a lot of time with each other. He turned out to be a great guy, and now we're together, and I'm happy. This story taught me to look at people in a different way. I finally became more mature and realized that not everyone is all kind and cute. This is not an ordinary story, but it happens. And if you like this episode, be sure to subscribe, give it a like, and click on the bell not to miss the next story.